Shalom. Kol halayim la Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakak Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect, to the Akim doing the work in truth and sincerity, as well as a few Akwat that listen and learn. This is Brother Shawar with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai. And I just want to get into, dealing with the value of this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man, that's been given to us from Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai. Because you see, of course, there's a million things it seems like that's going on right now, dealing with prophecy, just a lot of current events, World War III brewing up, pestilence, famine, hyperinflation is coming pretty soon. It's already in the inflation stage, and hyperinflation is coming soon. The sedition among men is happening around the world, and it's going to happen in Babylon the Great at the highest level pretty soon, meaning rebellion against the government. You're already seeing it. Of course, the Roe v. Wade thing. But there's so much going on, man. But as we know, pursuant to the book of Matthew 24th chapter, these are the signs, the Lord said, would take place before his return, before the destruction, before his return and the deliverance of the elect. But, the thing I want to touch on is, the every day that goes by, the more and more, we, those of us that's in the know, but also other people are going to see how valuable this truth really is. We really can't, there's no dollar value. There's nothing in this world that can amount to this wisdom, knowledge, understanding, because it's truly divine. It's truly a gift from Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai. The Ephesians 2:8, the gift of faith to believe in the correct doctrine, to believe in the truth. Because there's a lot of people who, are seeking answers and are trying to figure things out, but they just can't. They can't do it, man, because the Lord has them confused. He has them, stuck in stumbling blocks. He chooses, as we know, the Lord chooses your delusions. So, matter of fact, let's open up with that in Romans. So this is Romans 11:7. It reads, "What then? Israel have not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded." Right? So the Israelites, the so-called Negros, Latinos, and Native Americans today, that is the nation of Israel as a whole, and there's obviously the Israelite foreigners as well, who are scattered amongst all the other nations, but their seed line goes back to that of an Israelite. That is the nation of Israel today. But you see, Israel is seeking answers. Jake, the Israelites, Jake is short form for Jacob. Jake is seeking answers, man. All these people are seeking answers. And, who has the answers? The elect. Lord's will, we be a part of that number. Those who are chosen and predestinated from the foundations of the earth to be delivered in these times, starting with our apostles and elders on down, and the sincere brothers and sisters, that believe in the true doctrine, the 100% gospel of Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai. But we believe we have the answers, man. And it's evident in the spirit, man. We know this is the truth. But the rest are blinded. A lot of people are trying to figure out what to do, what's going on. And it's not to the point right now where, you can still function somewhat. Some people are starting to feel it, of course. They're starting to feel the effects of the famine, the inflation, the gas prices, all that stuff. People are starting to feel it. But it's going to get to a level where there's no society. There's no waking up, going to work, coming back home. There's no going to the grocery store to get some food. There's no ordering food, on DoorDash or Uber Eats. There's no going out Friday night, Saturday night. It's just a post-apocalyptic, man. Just out there trying to survive, like the purge. That's what it's gonna be, man. That's what it's coming to. These devils are, they're destroying they're trying to collapse, society, to bring that order out of chaos, and they're gonna present that charagma. Once things get, to the lowest point, they're gonna present that charagma as a means of, getting things back to normal, getting your life back to normal, and, as the solution. And of course, we know in Revelation 13-16, that's a death sentence, and you just don't take that thing. Do not, no matter what you're going through, no matter what circumstances, do not take that RFID, implant, that CHIP, no matter what, man. And it's going to be tough because that's going to be, it's going to look great. It's going to look, very tempting. It's the hour of temptation, as the scriptures call it. But see, the elect is going to understand and have that faith, man, and be rooted to not do that. This is where this thing becomes so important. This truth becomes so valuable, man, because these people, and I was watching the brother Bakwar Moth's video. He made a great statement. He said, these people are not ready is not even the word. They're beyond not ready. They're so unprepared. It's they have no idea. Like, they have no chance, because spiritually these people are so disconnected, especially Jake, so disconnected from the Lord. They're so caught up in folly and wickedness. They just have no intention of getting right with the Lord. So their hedge is non-existent. It's open season on these Israelites, and the people of this world, because the Lord is coming back to bring judgment because of the wickedness that has polluted the whole earth. Right? So these people are blinded, man. They're blinded. We can see. Those of us in this truth, we can see everything for what it is. We can see the prophecies. We can see, certain signs the Lord shows us. We can see, or we can read different spirits. We can, we can understand when the Lord is testing us, when, we can see when a Jake, Israelite foreigner, a speckled bird, an Israelite that looks like another nation, but just by their spirit, you can tell, all these things, man, the Lord has blessed us with, to be able to understand and to see. These people they have no chance, man. And this is all, of course, now, is the time that we build our spirits up, so that in that day, we have that connection and a relationship with our Lord, that he's going to bless us and cover us in return, man. We're trying to be the best servants we could be, so that the Lord takes care of us when we need him the most. So let's finish this in Romans 11, Salakia, and then I'll get some more scriptures. So Romans 11, and we'll start at 7 again. What then? Israel have not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded. Verse 8, according as it is written, the Most High have given them the spirit of slumber, eyes that they should not see, and ears that they should not hear unto this day. And David saith, let their table be made a snare, and a trap, and a stumbling block, and a recompense unto them. So the Lord has set up stumbling blocks to keep people confused, because there's people who are just marked for judgment. This is how the movie's going, man. Zechariah 13:8 tells us that 2/3 of Israel is going to be cut off and die. And these heathen got to get judged for what they've done to the nation of Israel, and to go into captivity, for what they've done as well. Matter of fact, let's get a precept on that. Let's get that Zechariah, and we'll get this in Isaiah 14 chapter as well. So this is Zechariah 13:8. It reads, and it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith Yahweh, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third part be left therein. And I will bring the third part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried, right? So that 1/3, the elect, is going to be, they're going to have, Lord's will we be a part of that number. We're going to have that hedge, that protection of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai on us, through this fire that we're about to go through, man, through these trials, of Jacob's trouble that we're about to go through. We're even being tried right now, man. Once you come into the truth, you're being tried. Sirach, 2nd chapter, tells us, when thou comes to serve the Lord, prepare thyself for temptation. Because the Lord is testing us and he's purifying us to make us better judges, better men of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Even the sisters, man. He's putting you through certain situations, not to be judges, but to be better women of, in the faith, to be better women to serve a man of the Lord. And that's how we get this order back of the nation. This is what you're seeing, is that tabernacle of David being built up and risen back up, pursuing the Amos 9 and 11. But we gotta be tried, because we've learned what? Wickedness. We've learned, everything wrong. Everything we're seeing is just the wrong way to do things because of who's in rulership. Esau, Edom. Job 9 and 24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Right? Esau, Edom is the wicked, man. And the scriptures tell us that. In the book of Malachi, 1st chapter, 4th verse. So we've learned everything wrong. So now we have to be tried, and refined, man. And in these last days, man, it's going to show. Because, we've been building up our spirits. We've been serving the Lord, doing the work, praying to the Lord in truth and sincerity. And that's another thing, man. These people, because, Jake has a zeal. Jake got a zeal for the Lord, but not according to knowledge. So they don't even know how to really pray to the Lord or call upon the true name. Most of them are calling upon Jesus still. And other false gods, and so this truth is extremely valuable, man, to know the names, to believe upon the true names of the Lord, to know how to call upon the name of the Lord, to pray. It's man, we're about to see some divine intervention. And really even knowing this truth and understanding it is already divine intervention on a little bit of a lower level, because there's no way we should understand this, and because of all the things we've learned. But this is the Lord's movie. So let's finish this in Zechariah. It reads, "They shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, Yahweh is my God." So yeah, man, the Lord is going to deliver 1/3 of Israel, and the 144,000 is a part of that 1/3. That's the new governing body that's going to be established in the kingdom of heaven under Yahushua and King David, and as well as the 12 apostles. So that's a part of that 1/3, and the rest of the 1/3 is the men, women, and children who believe, man. And our helps, and just believers, and are the teachers or helps or believers, of the gospel of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. So let's get that, what was the other scripture that I was gonna, because I don't have it written down, Salakia, I'm trying to remember the other scripture. Isaiah, it was Isaiah, Salakia. Isaiah 14 chapter, because I'd mentioned these heathen, because this is the judgment coming. 2/3 of Israel, they have to be destroyed and no death by pain. Tells us that in the 2nd Esdras, the 6th chapter. They're gonna the judgment that they're gonna have to go through is brutal, because they disregarded, repentance. They disregarded the Lord, man. They didn't want to turn back to who they are. They don't want to turn back to where we belong, man, which is serving Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Because the prophets out here, the prophets are on the unicorn, the videos are on the unicorn, the internet. The truth is out there, man. And then all these Israelites that come across the truth, that disregard it, they got to get judged, especially the ones that were in the truth or that knew the truth. or know, because you're not going to just necessarily forget it, that know the truth and they don't take heed. You know, in Proverbs, the first chapter tells us all about how the Lord is going to deal with that. You know, multiple places in the scriptures, and this is the judgment for the heathen. This is what's coming for them, man, after the deliverance of the nation of Israel, the elect of the nation of Israel. So this is Isaiah 14, and we'll start at the top. It reads, "For Yahweh will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel." And again, you know, we got to always drive home this point, because there's still, you know, idiots that think the Lord is dealing with everybody. You know, the Lord makes it very clear who he's dealing with, man, and who the promises and inheritance, you know, and the blessings are for. You know, it's for the nation of Israel, man. It's the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Hence the 12 tribes of Israel. It tells us that in Romans 9:4 as well. But let's continue. "And set them in their own land, and the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob." The strangers are the other nations. Verse 2, "And the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids. And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were. And they shall rule over their oppressors." And we've been in captivity under all these nations, man. Going back to Egypt, the Assyrian captivity, the Medo-Persian Empire, Babylonian captivity, Greek, Rome, and now. You know, so these nations have had our way with us, man. You know, and what does it tell us in what's that? In Psalms 83. Yeah, Psalms 83. You know, they've taken crafty counsel against our hidden ones. You know, our enemies made a tumult against us, roughly paraphrasing. They came together and basically planned the demise of the nation of Israel. You know, so they all got to pay for it, man. They all got to pay for it. And this is how the Lord's movie is gonna go. You know, because the earth was made for our sakes, man. This is just the Lord teaching us a lesson right now, right? And this is just the truth of the matter, that these people, you know, especially these Israelites, man, these Israelites, they don't want to accept this. They don't have a ruling class mentality, man. It's our rightful place to be above these other nations, man. This is what the Lord set up. Right now, we're just going through a time where, you know, the Lord is teaching us a lesson, so we've been brought low because of our disobedience. But this is how things are going back to, because that's how it's supposed to be. So let's go back to Isaiah 14 and finish it out. Isaiah 14:3, it reads, "And it shall come to pass in the day of the Lord shall give thee rest from thy sorrow, and from thy fear, and from the hard bondage wherein thou wast made to serve," right? "That thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon, and say, How have the oppressor ceased, the golden city ceased? The Lord have broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers," right? And that's what he's doing right now. Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is breaking down Esau's kingdom, Esau's rulership. You see it's just falling apart. You know, the foundation is just crumbling. The roof is caving in. The walls are breaking. You know, Esau's his rulership, his kingdom is literally falling as we speak. You know, and it's going to continue to fall until, you know, it just utterly collapses. It collapses, and then the Lord comes back to finish the job off, you know, and delivers us, and then we set up the kingdom of heaven. You know, rounding up the heathen, you know, and they start that 1,000-year period of bondage, man, and building up the kingdom. The Revelation 18 tells us that, you know, they're required double what they did unto us, man. And this is the true gospel, man. This is the reality of what's about to happen. And those who don't understand these things, that don't know, and they don't know any of this stuff, man. They don't know the truth. They don't have a chance. This is the point of the lesson, man. That this truth, if we endure to the end, man, this is our ticket, man. This is the only way, you have a chance to be delivered. And it's obviously through faith as well, because you gotta truly believe, man. The Lord is dealing with the inward man. So if you're sincere and you truly believe and you endure to the end, then the Lord is gonna be with you, man. But you gotta have, you gotta be on point, man. You gotta be on point, and ultimately you gotta be a part of the elect. But we're on the right path, just being in this truth, man, following the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. So let's get a couple more scriptures. This is Zephaniah 2:1. It reads, "Gather yourselves together, gather together, O nation not desired," which is the nation of Israel today, because we're looked at as the worst of the worst amongst all the nations, worldwide, for the most part. Verse 2, "Before the decree bring forth, before the day pass as the shaft, before the fierce anger of the Lord come upon you, before the day of the Lord's anger come upon you, seek ye the Lord, all ye meek of the earth, which have wrought his judgment. Seek righteousness, seek meekness. It may be ye shall be hid in the day of the Lord's anger." This is what we want, man. We want to be hid in the day of the Lord's anger, when he brings this judgment, because this place is about to get destroyed, man. Turned into a wasteland. It's about to get obliterated by way of those ICBM nuclear missiles. World War III. And we see that, you see it happening. You see it. It's literally brewing up, man. It's impossible to not see, unless you're just, one of these people in the world that are just caught up in, a whole bunch of folly. But you can see it, man. We are here, man. It's going to happen soon. We don't know the day nor the hour, but we see how things are moving. We see all the signs. So, as the Lord told us to stay upon our watch, for these signs, we see them. So that means what? He said, that when you see these times or these signs, it is the very same time that in the highest will begin to visit the earth which he made. It tells us that in 2nd Esdras. So the Lord is coming back very soon, man. But we want to be hid in the day of his anger. We want to be hid from what? Hid from the judgment and the calamities that's all around us. That's how you get Isaiah 4:1. And I always bring this out, man. That's how you get Isaiah 4:1. 7 women shall take hold of one man. That's how you get Isaiah 13. A man shall be precious, or more precious than fine gold. Because a man, an Israelite man in the truth, ultimately a member of the elect, is someone who Yahushua is directly connected to, dealing with. And that's how that divine intervention is going to happen, through that relationship, through that connection. But it starts from now, building ourselves up, building our relationship with the Lord, doing the work of the Lord, doing what he commanded us, praying to the Lord. So when it's time to, to basically, withdraw from the deposits, the spiritual deposits you made in your spiritual bank account, which is doing this work, you're those of us who are, sincere in doing the work, we're going to have all the money, even the believers, we're going to be the only ones that have what you call money in that day, because money is going to be obsolete in that time. But we're going to have that, for the sake of the analogy, we're going to be the ones that have money to withdraw, man. And that's going to be, the Lord giving us, just doing miracles for us. And that's what you want, man. That is what you want. Right? Let's get this Isaiah 33:6. I forgot to bring this out, Salakia. This is what I was going to start with originally. But it reads, "And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua is his treasure." This thing is our treasure, man, this truth, because this is what's going to get us delivered. This is what's going to get us to the kingdom of heaven. And really, the kingdom of heaven starts with this truth. You know, we just got to wait for the prophecies to play out and endure unto the end, man. And the Lord is going to take care of the rest. Right, so let's get this. I'll close it out after this. This is 2nd Ezra, Salakia, 2 Corinthians 4 and 6. It reads, "For the Most High, who commanded the light to shine out of darkness, have shined in our hearts to give the light of the knowledge of the glory of the Most High in the face of Yahushua Mashiach. But we have this treasure in earthen vessels, that the excellency of the power may be of the Most High and not of us." So right now we're in these fleshly bodies, man. This wicked flesh, these earthen vessels. So we're not about to, we're not about to receive the full benefits of the truth of the kingdom, the blessings yet. But the knowledge that we have, this knowledge that the Lord gave us through the Spirit of Yahushua, it's amazing, man. It's beyond this world, man. It's beyond what we see in front of us. It's beyond the hell that we catch. It's beyond all these, all these situations, man, that, that get to us in the flesh. Because it's, it's a spiritual warfare we're fighting. Ephesians 6 chapter tells us that. But this knowledge is going to, through this knowledge, I should say, we'll overcome all of that. Through the truth, through Yahushua, we're going to overcome all of that. And the Lord, as we know, we're going to get immortal bodies. We're going to get new bodies anyway, if we endure unto the end. 1 Corinthians 15 chapter, 50th verse on down. So this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, is the most valuable thing on the planet. And that's something we got to remember, and that's something we got to, just keep in our mind and then hold dear to our heart, because you don't want to slip up, man, and forget that. Because if you don't really understand that, if you don't believe that, you're going to be in the same boat as the people, that's marked for judgment, man. The 2/3 and the rest of the heathen. So yeah, man, I just wanted to get into that in the spirit. This truth, man, is the most valuable thing. The most valuable thing in this whole entire world right now. Right? So stay prayed up, stay close to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Continue to spiritually prepare and build yourself up, man, because, without the Lord, man, we got nothing. But the kingdom is nigh, so, endure unto the end, man. Endures until the Lord comes back. So with that, I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Ba'ashem Kakodash. Shalom, Kwam Yasharala, and a Bible ball.